How's everyone doing? And welcome back to another weekly Dead by Daylight video. We don't have too much to talk about. I know you're like, what do you mean, Gingerbeard? There's a lot going on in Dead by Daylight. Well, I don't have too much good things to talk about. So we're going to talk about the roadmap mostly in this video. I am going to show you the Shrine of the Week, which I would think by now you already know the Shrine of the Week. I'm pretty sure. It's been a little bit. If you play Dead by Daylight a lot, you probably have seen the Shrine of the Week, I'm sure. Alrighty. We have Dragon's Grip. I know last time I didn't even know where this was. I didn't even think. I thought they totally deleted it. And someone was like, no, it's in your character in the lobby itself. And the fucking character. I was like, are you serious? They moved it over there. Why didn't they just leave it in the menu? Like, why didn't they just leave it in the store where it was? I didn't understand that whole philosophy there. But whatever. That's the way I look at that. Whatever. They moved it over to the lobby in the survivors, so you know, is what it is. I'd have left it alone. I personally, my personal taste, I'd have left it in the store. But Dragon's Grip from the Blight. You got Alien Instinct. I feel like I just said Alien Instinct not long ago here on the channel. I swear. Ultimate Weapon was up there not too long ago too. But I feel like this one was used not too long ago. Alien Instinct, the Xenomorph, Red Herring from Zarina, and Wiretap from Ada. I own them all, of course. But you can get, what is this? Maxed out. Purchasing it again will give you... Oh, okay. That's normal. I was going to say, what do you mean maxed out? I'm not maxed out. I only have 1 million somewhat. But that is it. And you got, what, 4 days left for that. Another thing, make sure... I can get out of there. Sorry, I can't leave that up long because YouTube will be like, what? Iron Maiden? I don't think so. I'll flag that shit. Don't forget here in the store to collect your free gift every week. Behind me. It's right here. Also, redeem is down here now. Splendid will give you, what is it? 500k blood points and 30 toward your rift. Right now as we speak. So you might want to slap that in before it disappears. But now we go on to the new clothes. There's only 2 new cosmetics today, and you're looking at one of them right here. The very rare 1080 auric sells for a Dwighty here. Kind of looks like he belongs on My Bloody Valentine or something. There's him. And we got the nurse right here. That don't look too bad. But still, it looks like something off My Bloody Valentine still. Look at the lamps. Like, does that belong in a mine or something? Like, kind of reminds you of like a mine getup. Like she works in the mines. I don't know. But here's this one also, by the Days Gone. This one I like. I think that one's pretty cool. I like that one. But yeah, that is it for that. We're going to get now into the roadmap. And what I say in the beginning, everyone was, you know, I was talking about it's mostly like negative. It's not too much positive. There's more negative. They just fixed an issue with strobe lighting that is complete. Done. I was blinding people on maps. They just put out a patch for that and fixed it. That's only the beginning, though. When they redid the whole game and had us all re-download it and everything, it messed up a bunch of maps. I mean, literally Exploitville. Like it is so there's so many maps and they're on the backfill now. You don't get those maps as much right now. They pushed them back so you don't get them in your maps because they have problems with each and every map. There's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them. I don't know. There's a lot of them. And Raccoon City was completely wiped out. It's kill switched right now because it's so bad. But there is a lot of maps that are broke. They need fixed. Um, so this is the roadmap. Now, take a hard look at that roadmap. It is the anniversary month. I get it. Cool. Um, Today the aftermath came out that I showed you. May 9th is the Visions of the Future collection. That is next Thursday. Yeah, next Thursday. May 16th to the 23rd is the Chaos Shuffle. That is week 1, which I I don't I I don't know why it's on week 1. I don't. I don't. I'm just telling you what's on the paper here. May 16th to the 23rd would be week 3-ish. Yeah, that's like the 3rd week in May. Yeah. But anyway, so the second week is the May 14th broadcast for the 8th anniversary of Dead by Daylight. Well, they'll probably give us a new killer that's coming in Survivor, I would think. You know, one of those big special ones for the show. We're probably going to get a video. I have no idea who it is, and I can only speculate who it is, and it's Jason. That's who it is. Jason. I just want to say somebody that it isn't. So, it's Jason. This place will never get Jason. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. You know it as well as I do, so. Jason. May 14th to the 20th, before the Masquerade week 1. You'll be getting different cosmetics and blood points through that for their event. The PTB. The PTB is on the 14th of May. There is a bunch of problems already in the game, and you're adding more stuff to the game. I hope and I pray that they are fixing the problems before the PTB, or they are fixed during the PTB, because that's a lot of maps that need worked out, and you're just slapping more stuff onto it and more changes. And as we've seen with other video games, that just adds to more problems and you just don't want to play no more. That's pretty much where you sit it at. So I hope that they fix their problems before they put more stuff in the game, or they're fixing it all on the time of the PTB. We'll see. I got a funny feeling we might have a lot to read when that PTB notes comes out. A lot to read. Also, May 14th, you have another cosmetic for Nicolas Cage. And the Endless Hunt pack comes out finally then, too. On week 3, you got the Forgotten Garden collection. More cosmetics come out. And you got Before the Masquerade for week 2 that week. You got Cats and Dogs collection, but I have no idea what that even is. What are we wearing, cats and dogs? That's kind of freaky. Anyway, you got that cosmetics coming out, and Before the Masquerade again for more cosmetics, and it looks like XP. There's an XP sign on that, so I'm going to guess that. And each week of those, you know, the May 14th through the 20th, the May 21 to the 28th, the May 28th to the June of 04, you have different cosmetics for each, like a pack, you might as well say. You got different cosmetics and blood points and stuff that you can earn for each one of those for different people. I know the biggest thing that people want, which, you know, a want and a need is two different things here, but I heard a lot of complaining that there's no cosmetics for Sable the whole month. And I guess he's brand new and not getting anything. I don't know how true that is. Obviously, I don't know what's in those packs, you know, for the masquerade. So I don't really know, but that's like the biggest complaint that I see right now. So I'm just like, okay. I'm not a big cosmetics person. Um, Anybody who knows me watches my stuff and that, but I don't have a lot of cosmetics. I got a lot of free stuff, you know. I've collected free stuff, of course, but to actually go out and buy the stuff all the time, there's only few and far between that I will pay for anything. Like obviously the Iron Maiden, I wanted that because I'm an Iron Maiden fan. The Slipknot stuff, I wish they would have did better. I so wish they would have did better. It'd have been cool to listen to like Psycho Social or something whenever I had a shirt on for a Survivor. That'd have been awesome. But you know, you got Fear of the Dark from Iron Maiden whenever you wear clothes as Survivor. Why couldn't we listen to like Psychosocial or something while we had a Slipknot shirt on for a Survivor? You know, that'd have been cool. I'm gonna guess it's a money issue. But yeah, we're gonna switch gears now. That is it for the roadmap of this month. We'll talk about more as it rolls on throughout the month with DVD. But we are gonna switch gears to another side of Dead by Daylight. The casting of Frank Stone. I don't know if you know too much about the casting of Frank Stone, but it's coming out by Supermassive Games, same people who make the Dark Anthology and all that. So it is going to be a good story kind of game here in the Dead by Daylight world. So it's going to be very interesting. But they put out some radio stuff, and I kind of want to touch on that stuff. I want to bring it up. We're going to listen to it. You can listen to it too. Let's pop this on and listen.
Following several days of rumors and speculation, Sheriff Lloyd Kusich confirmed he is treating the deaths of George Colhern and Joy Spartan as a double murder. George Colhern, 28, son of respected Cedar Hills drugstore owner William Colhern, and his friend Joy Spartan, died after their car crashed and caught fire on the side of Highway I-92, approximately 3 miles outside of the city limits. Deputies have been working tirelessly over the weekend and have now determined that Mr. Colhern's car was parked when it left the road, indicating the involvement of a third party. As part of his update on the case, Sheriff Kusich has reassured residents that the perpetrator or perpetrators will be swiftly identified and apprehended. Independently of the sheriff's investigation, William Colhern has offered a $1,000 reward for information leading to a suspect's arrest. This is Rebecca Fisher reporting for the Cedar Hills Tribune.
That is one they put out 3 days ago. And then now there is another one that was put out today. So I'm gonna put that in there real quick so you guys can see.
Yet another murder represents the latest shock to our peaceful community in the wake of the July killing of widow Dorothy Clay, who was murdered in her home before the house was set on fire. While Mrs. Clay's nephew Elvin, a minor felon who stood to benefit from her inheritance, was charged and convicted following a rapid investigation by Sheriff Kusich, residents of Cedar Hills continue to pray that justice will be served as swiftly once again. For the latest updates on this ongoing investigation, stay tuned to our breaking news coverage. Rebecca Fisher, reporting for the Cedar Hills Tribune.
So you're getting bits and pieces of the story that is going to be unfolding in Cedar Hills with the casting of Frank Stone. If you didn't get to watch this is on the Dead by Daylight, on literally the Dead by Daylight channel here on YouTube. There is so much that's probably going to go into this story, like a backstory of the Dead by Daylight character. I'm wondering if they're going to end up putting, because if Frank Stone is not somebody that's already in Dead by Daylight, I'm wondering if Frank Stone is coming to Dead by Daylight. That is what I'm going to wonder, because if they're doing a whole game on this character and building a whole backstory for this character, and it's owned by Dead by Daylight, is Frank Stone coming to Dead by Daylight? That is what I'm going to wonder, because it's definitely a possibility. It is very possible that it could happen. Definitely. I don't know if we can get, I'll show the video here real quick. Here's the trailer one more time for all of you guys, so you can watch it if you haven't.
Whatever's down there is too dangerous.
I will be doing it here also on the channel, just so everyone knows. It'll have its own spot in Supermassive I have here on the channel. So be on the watch for that. I do plan on playing the whole entire thing in its entirety here on the channel. And I mean, it literally has everything that Dead by Daylight has. And this does come out this year. It does come out sometime later this year. So, some things to look forward to. But that is it for me for this week. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Hit the bell so you know whenever other videos come out here on the channel. Like I said, I do the weekly DVDs. And yeah, I will catch you all on the next one. Have a good rest of your day. And I am out of here.